Hello everyone, myself Dr. Jyoti Mandala. Welcome you all to the video lectures on Python programming. We are in our lecture number 13. In this lecture, let us see about what is called as a module and what is called as a packages in Python programming. So first let us see about what actually a module is. A module allows you to logically organize the Python code. So to do this task, Python uses the files concept to implement the modules concept. So what happens in this module is it will group related code into a module, and which helps the developer to understand the code easier, and it allows the developer to reuse the code, right? So what actually a module is, let us consider a project is there, and this project can be divided into three modules, which is called as a module 1, 2 and 3. Module is nothing but three files. We are having three files. Let us consider file 1, which will be stored as file1.py. Next one is file2.py, file3.py. So if you are dividing your complete project into three modules, which is called as three files in three different files, it will help the developer to understand the code easily, and the developer can also reuse the code which is already available instead of wasting his time to develop the same code once again. So we can say the advantages of module is simplicity. So as the task is divided in between the team members, so it will be simple for the developer to to concentrate in his module, and he can develop that one. Maintainability: instead of developing the complete project by one person, maintainability will be easily done if it is divided among the group members. Reusability: instead of developing the same code once again, if the code is already available, by using this modules concept, we can reuse the things which are already available, right? So this is called as reusability. So these are the three advantages: simplicity, maintainability and reusability of the Python module, right? Now, how a module can be created? A module can be simply created by writing a file, and that file should be saved with .py extension. Like if you want to say create one module, let us consider that module is having one function called hello function. We already know how to write a function. Write down that function, save that file with earlier ways how we have done. Write down your file name and save that one as with an extension .py. So one file is considered as one module, right, all of you? So this is how a module can be created. Now once modules are created, once some n number of files are created, how to use those modules? To use the modules, we have two ways. One way is we can use the import statement. The other way is to use from import statement. So what is the difference between these two is, import statement will import the complete module, and from import statement will import the part of the modules. Let us see with some examples what is the difference between these two ways. So the first way is import statement. So whenever we want to use this import statement, we need to use this one. Import keyword should be used, and what are all the modules we want to import, we need to import like this, and it will import the complete module. So let us see one example for this one. Okay, so to do that task, I have taken, let us consider M1 is my first module. If you see here in the first module, I have created M1 where I have created one function. This is a command function. For the time being, ignore this one. So hello function is there. Only in this file, only this function is there, which is printing one function. I haven't created any variable, nothing is created. I haven't called this function also. Calling this function I want to do in the another module, which is called as M2. So if you see M2 here, this M2 will be importing, this file will be importing this M1 module, and M1 dot hello. Here I want to show you the difference. If you see here, M1 is having this hello function, and in M2 I am importing this M1, and through M1 dot hello I am passing a variable parameter. Why? Because it requires one parameter hello, and I am trying to print this hello. So here I am passing this parameter, and here it is accepting that one, and I will get the value output of hello name. So let us execute this one and check the output. So let us go to our command prompt. Let us go to our command prompt. So this is our command prompt. We have our two files. What are our two files? M1. Let me open those two files. M1 and M2 are our two files, and let us open our command prompt. Now what we'll do, let us first compile our what is that one, python m1.py. So we have compiled that one successfully. Next let us compile python m2.py. So what we are getting, we are getting this output, hello Jyoti. Got it? Similarly, we have another way also, where instead of having functions we can have variables also. So let us put this one in a comment, and this one also in comment, and I am removing this one, right? Similarly, I as I haven't written any function, I am removing this one from the comment line. I am putting this one. So I have created one variable. Here a variable is a dictionary, and if I am accessing a country, so country will be having a value of India. So I want to display. So here we can use variables also. So let us once again execute that one. Let us execute m1 first and then m2. So we may be expecting an output of, there is an error in that. So what is that error? Uh, oh sorry, we need to write here m1 dot, right? So let us write, so if we execute this one, we are getting an output of India. So here you need to specify module name dot p1. So this is how imports all the things. So you can also have a statement like this. Let us consider m1. If you remove this one, uh, okay, and m2, you can have both. Got it? So this import will imports both the things. So what is that one? Python m1, okay, and Python m2. So we are getting an output of I am not getting an output. Oh sorry, I haven't saved this one. So let us execute this one. So you'll get an output of both. So import m1 will import the complete thing, right? Okay, so this is how the first thing will be used. Second one is from import statement. So what is the use of this one is, it will import, this will import only part of our thing. So which part you want to import, that we need to tell. So let us see that one also. So what we'll do is, we have this module m1, and from this module I in m from and m2, let us see again once again. M1 is our module, and I want to open M2. In M2 what I want to do is, from M1 I want to import only P1. Let us consider that one. Only P1 I want to import. So this you can't use. So if you are doing like that, this is not at all required. I think you are all understanding. So what we'll do, we'll again go to our command prompt. So M1 we have already executed, and m2.py. So if you are executing that one, India. But if you are trying to use this one, if you are trying to access this function, why? Because it will get an error. Why? Because we are not allowing this m2 to use this one. We are only allowing to import p1 only. Got it, all of you? So this is how modules can be used. Now a module can be renamed by using as function as keyword. So import my module is name, and as m if you write, then from here onwards instead, right? So simply renaming. Got it? Next one is dir function. Dir function, the use of this one is, it is used to return the sorted list of strings that containing the names defined by this module. So the list contains, it will give the output in the form of list, where this list contains all the names of the modules, variables and functions that are defined in the module. So we already have m1. Now let us consider, we'll take m3 one of another module, and in m3 I am importing this m1, where dir of m1 I am displaying. Now x will contain a list, where this list will contain all the names that are available in this one. So let's execute this one first and see what happens. So python m3.py if you write, Okay, now what happens, it will display a list, and this list contain hello function and p1. These are all the inbuilt function names or variables that are available. So this is the use of this dir. It will display the names, everything available in the form of list, right? Now let us see what actually a package is. A package is nothing but a hierarchical file structure which contains more than one module. That means a group of modules can be combined into one package, and a package can have sub packages and sub packages and so on. So what is the use of this package is to avoid the naming collision. So if a package, two packages can have the same names of modules with same name. So that is the use of this package. Let us consider you are creating one package called pack1, which consists of module1.py, module2.py. But whenever you are using a package, you should always have a initialization module which is called as underscore underscore init underscore underscore py. What actually this one is, we'll see with an example. So and this one, let us see an example. So what we need to do is, let us take one example where I'm creating one folder called pack1. So this we have to create. Under this pack1, we need to write all our modules. My modules are m1, m2, m3, and along with this we need to have a initialization module also, which is should be named as underscore underscore init underscore underscore dot py. So let us see what are all the things available in this init.py. Init.py should contain the module's name. Okay, so my module names are m1, m2, m3 and package name. So import pack1. Our module name is, if you can see, pack1.m1, pack1.m2, pack1.m3. So this should be available in our init module. And if you see what is there in my m1 will be having simply hello function which is printing module m1, and m2 also is simple, which consists of again hello2 function which is kind of displaying module 2, and m3 is also a simple module which is consisting of hello3 function and module 3. Now how to reuse this one? To use this one, if you see, I am creating pack1 in modules folder. In modules folder, I have another module called m4 which want to use what is the code of this m4? Simply it is importing a package, and from that package it want to use m3 and it want to use this function hello3. Now how to execute this one? To execute this one, if we need to open our command prompt, and in the command prompt we need to move to cd pack1. Okay, now here we need to write python m1.p1 should be executed first, next m2.py should be executed first, next m3. Got it all of you? Now we need to execute our m4. So to do that task, what we need to write? m4.py. So as we are calling our module 3, and our module 3 will be displaying simply module 3 as an output statement, will get this output. So this is how a packages concept can be used, where it is consisting of a group of modules, and all these modules can be grouped into one package, and we can have another package, and that package can also have the same module name called m2, which helps us to avoid the naming collision, right? But whenever you are using a packages concept, we need to use one more module which tells what are all the modules are included in this package, and that module name should be equal to underscore underscore init underscore underscore, and it should be saved with .py. So this is how packages can be created. So with this we'll come to an end of modules and packages concept in our Python programming. Let us all meet in our next lecture.